I'm McConnin here, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about the idea of a second opinion in real estate. Whether you're buying or selling, but we'll focus on the buyer side right now, but the same logic applies. Houses are not really susceptible to knowing what an exact price is. It's really what most realtors say, what even probably academics say, is that the price of a home, the real value is what a willing seller and a willing buyer are willing to trade ownership and money for, right? So generally, we can use comps as a guide on a lot of properties, and the more similar the comps are, the better idea we have about what fair market value is. But so just because we know what fair market value is, doesn't mean we know what price the house should change at now, because markets vary. There may have been more competition. There may now be less competition. Prices may be going up for a long time, but now they may be getting stable, or vice versa. So we don't really know exactly what a home is worth. And besides, we do know this for a fact. Let's say there's two people. One just is looking to move into the school district, and one wants to live in that exact home because their grandmother lives there, and their kids love their grandmother and want to get, and the grandmother can babysit them after school. Now, how much is that home worth to the random person who just wants to live in the neighborhood versus the person who wants to live next door to their grandmother? And let's say that person living next door to their grandmother has lots of cash. They're just getting transferred. They've got a huge $250,000 increase in their take-home pay. Now, how much do you think that home would be worth to that one buyer versus buyers in general? So that's my point. That's why I think everybody should have multiple opinions on a real estate transaction. So that is why we've set up our service. Sort of, I'm an attorney and a broker. So if the property's in California, I can help you. I can give you legal advice. I can help you. I'm not going to litigate, but I can help you deal with issues with respect to inspections or lenders that all of a sudden create roadblocks at the very end, title or escrow, doing things that are illogical. We can help there. What happens if someone's not performing, the buyer or the seller? Should you let your realtor, should you sign the paperwork your realtor is telling you to sign, right? So that is why having a second opinion, especially an experienced opinion, as a broker, I've sold over 200 homes. As an attorney, I've helped hundreds of people in real estate transactions over the years. That's why I think having a second opinion is huge. Whether it's me, some other experienced real estate agent, or I would also say a real estate attorney would be excellent. And there's also a way to have me on the team anyway, and probably other people, and that's to talk to us ahead of time. So before you work with a buyer or seller, if you contact me at winnerscheck.com and set up a strategy session, I can refer you. We can discuss, do you already know the agent you'd like to work with? Do you want to work with a family or friend? Do you want to work with the number one agent in your area? Or do you want help finding the top agent for you? I have a proprietary method. I'll share it with you over the phone about one of the best ways to find a great agent for you in the area. I believe, like, if you're a buyer, you want to make sure that you're working with an agent in the area of expertise, so that they've bought homes in that area, or there's other reasons you'd want to work with them. Maybe it's a view home and they specialize in view homes. But there's no substitute for getting on the phone and talking to people, talking to the broker, talking to the realtor, finding out if your goals and what they can do are compatible. So yeah, you can look at all the data, but in the end, a conversation. In real estate, it's location, 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 and it's also conversations. It's representation. It's being open and competent with the person on the other side of the transaction, making them want to work with you more. There's a lot of that in real estate, and that's what we can help you with. So, and the major benefit is then we can refer you out to a great listing agent or a great buyer's agent, and then we can share their commission. So let's just say, round number, I always use this number, $1 million home. Let's say it's 2.5% for the buyer's agent, 2.5% for the listing agent. I can refer you to, if it's a listing agent, I can tell you very confidently, in most circumstances, we can get at least half that listing commission as a referral fee. Now, buyer's agents, it really depends on how much work the buyer's agents are thinking that they're going to have to do with you and how much educating. So if we position you as a strong buyer and there's an opportunity and you're ready to close, again, we can probably seek half the referral fee pretty easily, maybe even more if we work directly with a listing agent in a market that's not a super seller's market. Like if the listing agent knows, hey, I'm going to have my own buyer on this transaction, so I don't really have to negotiate with you ahead of time. Well, then, then we're going to look for a small referral fee. But if you're a buyer, a strong buyer, and the agent realizes their client needs to work with you just to get the home sold, let's say it's a multi-million-dollar home, or it's time of year, or whatever, it's not a super strong seller's market, well, then we might be able to get all the buyer's commission, and then I'd have a 2.5% of the purchase price to share with you. So set up a strategy session over at winnerscheck.com. Get a second opinion. In California, it can be a second legal, it can be an opinion, a legal opinion, a broker opinion. In other parts of the country, it'd be more like a consult, a real estate consultant. And I'd be careful not to infringe on the real estate broker laws. And in fact, like California's kind of odd. If you're trying to get a referral fee in California, that person sending you the referral can't be really doing any of the real estate work in order to get the referral. If they're doing the real estate work, then they're not supposed to get the referral or something like that. The law is really oddly written, but it's basically designed to stop people from practicing real estate without a license. So go to winnerscheck.com, set up the strategy session, and we will find a great real estate agent for you. And instead of paying for a second opinion, you'll have the second opinion built into the program, me, and we'll share a referral fee with you, which could be substantial. It could be 5 figures. All right, thanks. Talk to you later. John McConnin, winnerscheck.com.